Hey guys, Jill here, Realtor with Equity Colorado. I am back again bringing you another market update. So this data is going to be for the week of May 3rd. So good improvements overall that we've seen over the past week. So we saw 1,009 new listings the week of May 3rd, and that is a 6% increase from the previous week. As compared to the same week in 2019, new listings were down just 7%. So that's this data right here. So that's year to year, the same week last year in 2019. So the number of closed listings was 45% lower than the week of April 26th. However, we saw the number of listings in pending status increase for the second consecutive week, and that's showing a positive sign that buyers are coming back into the market. The decrease being 45% less makes some sense if you think back of what was happening about a month ago when we were on that stay-at-home order and unable to even show property. So that is pretty much what we would expect to see. So we hope to see those numbers start to increase as things have improved. So the median close price for homes was up 2%. That's this right here compared to last week, and it was up 4% right here compared to this same point in 2019. So that's great news. The median days in the MLS was 1 day more than last week, but 2 days less than this week last year. So we're staying pretty good on that. The count of active listings at the beginning of each week continues to grow as more listings come on the market. So on May 11th, there were 7,243 listings, active listings, and that is up 5% from last week and 11% higher than 2 weeks ago. So we will want to keep an eye on that aspect of it. That could potentially at some point kick us into a buyer's market. We're way far away from that. However, if we do continue to see new listings come on and stay in the system, that is the potential there, although I think unlikely. So looking here, the last 8 weeks at a glance, back here starting, this is mid-March when things were getting a little crazy, people getting laid off work, so on and so forth. You can just see, if you follow along, you can just see the dip in activity here till you get right about here where we were able to come off of that stay-at-home order and allow showings, at least in some of the counties. Not all of the counties were opened up for that, at least not in the Denver area, but it looks like we had quite a big increase in the number of listings that came on the market in that time frame. And then just over the past 2 weeks, you can see those jumps in pending activity right here and right here. So it looks like hopefully the buyers are starting to come back into the market. The sellers definitely have in a big way. Looking at this chart here for showings, it is pretty obvious that the buyers are starting to come back. So last week we were here at about 15% under the slowest time of year. And over the past week, looks like we have gained about 32% more activity, coming up to just sitting at about 18% less than where we normally are, or at least where we were this time last year. So that's great improvements, if you ask me. Over here on the unemployment information, I was able to get the information for those continued claims. So right here for initial claims, looks like we peaked out at 104,000 roughly for initial claims. So, and each week has been less than that ever since. So that's exactly what we want to see happening. We come over here to continued claims, and looks like we're still sitting at about 228,000. So the past 2 weeks have been pretty steady as far as that goes. What we want to see happen is for those continued claims to start showing declines, so that we can know that those people are being brought back into work, or they're finding employment. So that those would be great signs that the economy is going to be improving, and hopefully that translates into the real estate market picking back up to where it was. Although I do suspect that we might have a little bit more of a balanced market than what we had before going into this. I think the data is showing that the market so far has been pretty resilient. So I wouldn't expect things to be kicked over to a buyer's market anytime soon, although that's not to say that it won't happen. We definitely want to keep an eye on this data here. So that is it for this week. If you have any questions, here is my contact information. Feel free to reach out, or you can subscribe here on YouTube. If you have any questions about buying or selling, you can reach me right here at this number, either by phone call or by text, or just shoot me an email. So I will see you guys next week.